game I'm going to be talking about this week, it follows that kind of short narrative kind of thing that Greg was talking about, and is teaching you about life. And this game, I can't talk highly of it because of certain problems, how long it is for another thing. It was very cheap. Oh, sorry, before I even start, it's Old Man's Journey. It's a point and click story, basically. And I'm going to spoil it before you. And the reason why I'm going to spoil the entire story is because you shouldn't pick it up. Mm-hmm. So I'll be open with you straight away. It's a point and click and story where you control the hand on a screen to, or you can use the analog stick. The analog stick is really broken on it. You know, it's easier just to pop it out into handheld and just use the touch screen. And you can just touch everything on the screen. A lot of what you touch has no impact on what you're supposed to be doing. Like you can touch there's like a Christmas tree, lights all lit up, and you flick the lights on the tree, and the lights sway. So it's all there for style rather than actually doing anything interactive. What is interactive in the game is the landscape. And as the title of the game, Old Man's Journey, suggests, you're basically trying to get this old man from one side of the screen to the other. Now, the sides of the screen might not be left to right. It might be up to down. It might be up to bottom left to bottom right. It might be bottom left to top left. It might be any... But as you're working your way through the level, you kind of work out, right, I need to go over there because this way is impassable or whatever. How do you manipulate the landscape? You just pull and drag it. So there'll be like overlapping sections of landscape, 2 hills, for example, and there'll be a wall in your way. So you walk to the wall and you can't get past the wall. And you walk by just touching there as well. So you touch there and the man will walk there. So what you do is you lower the landscape in the background, for example, lower than where the wall is, and then he will hop into the background, whereupon you can then lower or raise the one in the foreground, because you can't lower or raise the landscape on the PC standing on. So you've got to kind of manipulate these levels to make him get to where you need to next. And there's some other interactivity where you create slopes for balls to, like a ball to roll down and smash a fence open so then he can get through. But that's it. There's no level of complexity in the puzzles. It gets very repetitious in his puzzle telling. There, for example, there's a section on a train, and the train is going left to right, and you're coming to a section where there's an up track and a down track, and the track isn't connecting to one of them. You can choose one of them, so you pull the track down so it matches, and then the train can continue. And this and that's all there is to this level, is pulling and then waiting until the train moves across, and then pulling the next one down, pushing the next one up, pulling the next one down, and this could go on for like 6 minutes of a game. Just doing the same thing for this train track, trying to tell this journey of this man who has no merit. And this is another reason why I hated this game. It's supposed to be this narrative of this man, melancholic memories, and oh my God, he's got to get back to his family. But as the game progresses, really short, so it's only an hour and a half long. So as the game progresses, there's these cutscenes. And basically, he's estranged from his wife and his young daughter. His daughter was about 4 or 5 when the sea was calling to him, and he buggered off. He just went off. He's now 70 years old when you start the game and going, oh, I miss my wife. What have you been doing for the last 50 years, pal? So you do this journey all the way back to find out, and this is the big spoiler, to find out your wife is on a deathbed, and then your daughter forgives you. You just ran away because the sea was calling. And an hour and a half of watching this waster of a man come back and hug his estranged... Well, he was the estranged one. His daughter hugging his estranged father. Didn't leave me feeling the way the developers, I expect them, how I should have felt. And then the music. Last part is the music. you'd expect this melancholic, oh, I miss my wife and I'm going to go back, and you'd expect it to be this melancholic score. And it's quite the opposite. It's quite this light, upbeat music, which just doesn't fit with what the game is trying to tell. So, boring. Sections are overly long. The puzzles are just they're not puzzles. It's just, you can work them out in 3 seconds. And then because of the mechanics of where you got to touch the man, it can be infuriating waiting for him to watch him going through the different layers and then working out, oh, I got to go get him back to lower that one down to come back. But nothing challenging, and the story is disastrous. Don't pick it up. It was cheap, and it goes on sale very often for like £1.50, £1.49. I think I picked it up for, because I was looking for a short narrative adventure.
Scathing.
Just didn't fulfill it.
Absolutely scathing. Do you know what? I'm pretty sure.
Not fulfill it.
I remember reading when just after this game came out. I'm sure I remember reading in the Discord. Dazzy B said it was terrible. I'm pretty sure he advised nobody to pick it up.
I think we picked it up at the same time when it was on sale, but it was when it got cheap. Yeah. And that's about when I played through it, and I haven't spoken into it until now.
Fair enough.
And maybe I should have spoken about it earlier. Warn people off.
I'm tempted to go down and tell my wife the sea is calling, just to just to see what her reaction will be.
See you in 50 years,
yeah. It's just on the music there. You said the music didn't really fit. Like I didn't really touch on the sound in the Gardens Between, and the music is just like it's sort of in the background. It's not very intrusive, and it's very like gentle, and like it just fits with the mood of the game. Like I can't complain. Like with Old Man's Journey.
Any physical edition with double CD original soundtracks coming up, you think?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I hope Old Man's Journey doesn't. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.